This baby is so powerful that he attracts a legendary demon wolf to his harem as soon as he was born. The demon wolf, in order to please the baby, turns into a sexy beauty and offers to have babies with the baby, who is frightened by this. He orders the demon wolf to stay by his side as a servant before he becomes an adult. Why would such a weak baby easily conquer a legendary demon wolf? The story starts with a man. The man is named Haruto, who had always been humiliated by his classmates. As a result, he dared to not go to school and stayed at home every day. One day, he was playing with his mobile phone at home as usual, and with a flash of light, he found he was dead and showed up in a strange space. Soon, a goddess showed up in front of him, telling him that after selection, he was chosen to be a candidate for reincarnation, and that she would then give him powerful superpowers and make him reincarnated in a magic world. Later, with a flash of light, Haruto wakes up and finds himself reincarnated as a child of the king in another world. The king is very happy to see his child born at first, but when he takes out the orb to test Haruto's magic level, he immediately becomes sad. According to the orb, Haruto's magic level is only 02 and he does not have any attributes, so he can only cast barrier magic. In this world, people who have higher magic level have higher status. The other princes have reached at least level 40 to 50, and Haruto, who only reaches level 2, is simply a shame for the royal family. So the king decides to abandon him. The result of Haruto's magic level is actually a misunderstanding. The goddess has given Haruto the magic level of 1002, but the orb is unable to observe more than 2 digits, so the king thinks Haruto is a loser, and in fact, he has super powerful strength. Haruto doesn't know he is powerful as well, and at this moment, he is already thrown by his father into a forest frequented by monsters. He heard them talking just now, and he still keeps the memories of his previous life, unwilling to die like this in another world. So he tries to cast the non-attribute barrier magic, only to find that it is very easy to cast this magic, which can turn into anything he thinks in his mind. Also, he can make himself float in the air by putting the barrier magic on himself, which surprises him. At this moment, a huge wolf monster sets its eyes on him. In a panic, Haruto casts barrier magic to attack. He first controls a nearby tree to smash into the wolf, but it fails to defeat it. After that, he digs out a stone as large as an island directly from the nearby ground and intends to smash it at the wolf. The wolf, named Flay, is frightened by Haruto's power and quickly falls to the ground begging for mercy. As a baby, Haruto is unable to speak, but he suddenly thinks that he can use barrier magic to control his vocal cords to vibrate. After trying, he can really speak. Now Flay is even more shocked. Sensing the powerful mana around Haruto, she misunderstands that Haruto is the reincarnation of the demon lord, and quickly submits to him, saying that she is willing to be his familiar. At this moment, Haruto falls to the ground weakly because he just excessively used his magic power. Hungry, Haruto asks Flay for food. The next moment, Flay turns into a beautiful girl and wants to feed Haruto, but she knows that humans have breast milk only during pregnancy, so she proposes to have intimacy with Haruto. This frightens Haruto. Even if he can do that, he will die of hunger before Flay can produce breast milk, not to mention that he is incapable of having intimate interactions with her now. Just then, a strong man comes here with a bag of breast milk. The man is named Gold, a relative of the king and a count of the country. Gold once had a child, who died before birth. After hearing that the king abandoned his child, he comes to rescue Haruto. After being saved by Gold, Haruto has become his child, and Flay, who has been following Haruto, has become his familiar. Haruto wants to go out and practice after being weaned, intending to explore this world, but Gold's family treats him so well, and he is embarrassed to leave. Under their care, Haruto has been growing up healthy. Interestingly, Gold's daughter, Charlotte, seems to be afraid of Haruto. She is willing to interact with others except for Haruto, who thinks it is the smell of a middle-aged man from his previous life on his body that causes his sister to hate him and feels very disappointed. As he grows older, Haruto wants to go out and explore the wonderful world, but he is afraid that the Gold family will be sad, so he casts barrier magic to create a person who looks exactly like him, and he intends to find an opportunity to sneak away with Flay. Just then, Gold finds Haruto. He knows Haruto has a low magic level, and in order for Haruto to survive in this world, he decides to teach him swordsmanship. Haruto is afraid of pain, so he puts a barrier on himself when training with Gold. What happens next surprises Gold. Haruto wields the sword so fast that even Gold, a master of swordsmanship, can't see it clearly, and he can even jump over 10 meters high. Shocked, Gold says that it is impossible for Haruto to do these if he doesn't reach level 30. Gold's words remind Haruto of an earlier incident. In fact, he also doubted his real strength before. In the years he lived in Gold's house, he made an orb that could observe the magic level of more than 3 digits, but it still showed that his magic level is 002. Thinking they said that the highest magic level in human history in this world is 77. He was disillusioned because he wouldn't have a magic level of 4 digits, but he possesses non-attribute magic, so he can cast magic more efficiently, and he guesses that this is the superpower that the goddess gave him. Gold cancels today's training and returns to the house looking very distressed. He voices his doubt to his wife that Haruto might be a demon. According to the secret information of the royal family, someone once had a baby with the demon race. In addition, Flay, who is a demon, has great respect for Haruto, who possesses terrifying strength and is probably not the king's child. But the demons, this incident must remain under wraps. Otherwise, Haruto will be very dangerous. Anyway, Haruto is still their child, and Gold vows to keep him safe. Since Gold recently wants to train Haruto in swordsmanship, Haruto can't leave for the time being. On this day, when he is resting in bed, he hears a noise from outside and goes out to check, only to find many of Gold's soldiers have been seriously injured because they were frequently attacked by bandits. Gold blames himself for not taking good care of his soldiers. Seeing this, Haruto feels very uncomfortable. He is very concerned about his family's feelings, so he makes a decision in his heart and then secretly heals the soldiers on the spot with barrier magic, which is one of the functions of the barrier magic that he has developed over the years. In addition to healing wounds, barrier magic can also monitor an area. At night, Haruto casts barrier magic to observe the castle's surroundings, intending to help Gold defeat the bandits. Soon he discovers the stronghold of the bandits and takes Flay with him to go there. These bandits are just ordinary humans, and in the face of Haruto, who has powerful magic power, they are very weak, just like ants. Within seconds, Haruto subdues the bandits' leader. During the ensuing interrogation, Haruto learns a secret. The bandits are actually spies from the country next door, and they sent soldiers to work undercover in the border guards, so that they could easily defeat Gold's soldiers. Upon learning of this information, Haruto does not hesitate to ask Flay to cast fire magic to completely burn the stronghold. In Haruto's heart, his family is the most important, and whoever dares to hurt his family, he will definitely make them pay. Soon after, Haruto writes an anonymous letter telling Gold the truth about the bandit incident. When Gold hears that the enemy's stronghold has been burned down, he immediately asks Flay if she, who is skilled in fire magic, has done this, but Flay denies it. A few days after the bandit incident, while Haruto is resting in his room, his barrier that monitors Charlotte sounds an alarm. In addition to monitoring, barrier magic can also raise alerts when the monitored one is in danger. It turns out that today Charlotte and her mother go to a nearby town to attend a banquet, and worried about them, Haruto set up this barrier around them, but he does not expect that they are really in danger. At this moment, soldiers from the enemy country attack them, trying to kidnap them. Just as the mother and daughter are in despair, a voice suddenly sounds in Charlotte's ears, and guides them to flee to the depths of the forest. What she doesn't know is that the voice is actually coming from Haruto through barrier magic. Under Haruto's guidance, they hide in a cave, afraid that the enemy will discover the cave. The mother goes out alone to lure the enemy away, but is surrounded by soldiers. She knows that if she is caught, she will suffer something worse than death, so she intends to end her life. At the critical moment, Haruto finally arrives to save her, but she passes out. Seeing his mother so desperate, Haruto is furious, bursting into terrifying power and completely killing the enemies. After calming down, Haruto carries his mother to the cave to find Charlotte, and just when he wants to secretly leave, he is discovered by Charlotte. The reason why Charlotte has been afraid to approach Haruto is also revealed at this time. It turns out that Charlotte has a special ability, which allows her to feel the strong aura of Haruto, so she dares not get close to him. But after today's incident, she is sure Haruto must be a good person. Haruto feels a bit troubled when his sister discovers his identity, and he can only make an agreement with Charlotte that his identity must not be revealed. At night, Gold is very happy that his wife and daughter successfully get rid of danger. Compared to this, what surprises Gold more is that Charlotte, who has always stayed away from Haruto, unexpectedly throws herself in his arms today, and the siblings become closer suddenly. The couple is very happy to see this, but Flay is a bit jealous. That brings the end of this part. The male protagonist of this anime, Haruto, is different from other main characters in Reincarnation anime. His tragic past makes him a cold-blooded person, especially when he is facing enemies. As long as he senses danger, he will immediately kill all the enemies to avoid future troubles. With his ruthlessness towards the enemies, his future adventures will definitely be very exciting. I really want to see Haruto give a great hit to this evil world. What doesn't kill me will only make me stronger. Thanks for watching. Today's video ends here. If you also like this anime, please like and subscribe. I'll recap the next part as soon as possible. Bye!